A very good morning, everybody, and a very good evening to Ruchi's audience because she has joined us from Canada. We are happy and blessed to be with you talking on this meaningful conversation, Roots and Renewal, today at the onset of Pitru Paksha. Right, Ruchi? So I think we are fortunate to be having this conversation, and thank you for agreeing to give time and having this conversation today because I think it will benefit all of us knowing about the perspectives of Pitru Paksh and Ganpati that dive way beyond the rituals. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Vishakha. And it's a great pleasure that we are actually having this conversation finally, and that too for not only for between us, but for our viewers also. And the incidents to it, I was reading your book, The Faint Call of the Soul, and I got stuck with one of your poem that I am going to recite for all the viewers, because I feel that it is actually resonating to the conversation that we are having, because we all keep having a lots and lots of questions in our mind, in our heart, but we never come up with. So I really
Mm,
loved reading your book, and
thank you.
just want to share that beautiful poem through your heart, from your soul, for all of us. And it says, In Conversation with the Soul. The title is In Conversation with the Soul. Me, I am tired. Soul, maybe you are improperly wired. Me, I am tired of running round and round. Soul, it's time to step out of your bounds. Me, but how do I do it? Soul, choose wisely, stay with it. It will all fall in place bit by bit. And I would really love to ask you to share the insight of this particular poem when you wrote it before we start our conversation today.
So, yes, thank you so much for this, Ruchi. Uh, this was, I wrote this when I was feeling deeply connected with my inner being. And I don't know why it is like this, but it is the way it is that, we have been taught to focus with everything and everyone who is outside of us. And that is why all this stress and chaos in life, and who would know it better than you being an alignment coach, mind and body coach also. So when I wrote this, I really had that conversation with my inner being, asking what was the root reason of the problems that we were facing, the challenges that come to us. And the only answer that came to me was because we do not have that connect with us. And once we make friends with ourselves, once we know ourselves, everything in life, it automatically becomes what it needs to become for you to be able to lead an abundant life. And
Right.
it is a very beautiful cycle. The more you do it, the more you are able to manifest those energies which are throbbing inside you, with which you are aligned, right? And
Right.
Ruchi, let me introduce Ruchi to my audience. Many of you know Ruchi, many of you don't know Ruchi also. So she is Ruchi Mystic Flâneuse, a mind and body alignment coach and energy alchemist, guiding you to unveil and awaken. She guides seekers beyond fear to oneness and love. And let me tell you, she's my favorite person, and I have learned a lot from her. And she just speaks from her heart. She speaks very authentically, which I think you will discover for yourself as we move ahead with this conversation.
And likewise, while I was reading your book, it's still in my hand. So it is like, you know, being an abundance and manifestation coach, you actually realized it. It's no more the faint call of the soul. You are actually a strong voice to your call now. And
Oh,
really,
so
so
beautiful.
right. So while I was reading that, I knew when you have written that, but now I can see that from that faint call of the soul to the strong confident voice of the soul. That's what you are. That's
Thank
what
you.
you are, being a abundance and manifestation coach, and you had manifested it so beautifully in your life. And I am so glad that you are bringing that change to other people's life also. And more power to you, and all the very best to you in your work.
Thank you, Ruchi. Thank you. Much love and thank you. So let's dive into the conversation today,
Yes,
roots
please.
and renewal, right? So today we are going to go beyond the rituals into the divine perspective why Pitru Paksh follows Ganpati. And Ruchi, at the outset, I would like you to give us the context of, Ganpati's role and this whole energy during this time which prevails within and without us.
Okay, so see, as you know, I I am not aware of much of the technicalities, but all whatever I am going to share, it is what I had experienced in the presence of all those divine beings and divine realms, and these stories are what I have received, and that's how I see them, and that's how I work with them, and you can also understand that, and my viewers can also understand, like, energies are just energies, you know you the way you see them, it's how they work for you, and they work with you, right? So Ganesha and Pitru Paksh, they both are like extremes. Ganesha is, we talk about the new beginnings, right? And when we talk about the Pitru Paksh, it the very first thing come to our mind is the ancestor, which is linked with the loved ones which we had lost. They are not among us now. So
Hmm.
one is the new beginning, which is life,
Hmm.
and one is linked with death, which is like the ending of something, and you are now, recalling or remembering them,
Hmm.
right? So there are lots many stories regarding the Ganesha and then the Pitru Paksh, but I want this to be very specific for our viewers. So if you keep asking the things, and it will help everyone to understand it in a step by step manner. So for Ganesha, it's linked with the new beginnings and a new life and everything new. But at the same time, the moment after the Ganesh Visarjan, the Pitru Paksh start, right? The
Hmm.
Pitru Paksh, once, can you see the connection? One side, Ganesha is going from our life, and the other
Hmm.
side, the Pitru Paksh is starting, which is again linked with the death part. So, what is
Hmm.
the connection? So, there
Hmm.
is a connection between that.
Hmm.
So, there are lots many stories. One of my favorite that I had understood, or the divine made
Hmm.
me understood, is like,
Hmm.
uh, you know why, when Ganesha come to our life, when Ganesha, we start with Ganesha. So there was a story when Ganesha from Kailash, he visited Radha and Krishna in the Dwapar Yuga to spend some time with them, right? And at that point of time, it was all very festive thing in the Dwarka. Everyone, Ganesha was being loved by everyone. It was like a complete festival thing, the way we celebrate it, right? When the Ganesha come, so many of celebrations, so many of food, the prasad,
Hmm.
and so much of, the vibrant and happy-go-lucky mood with the
Hmm.
energies of Ganesha, right? So that the same way it was happening in the Dwaraka. When the Ganesha was there, everyone was very happy and everyone was very connected, and as we know, Radha as the embodiment of love, right? So she started feeling a very strong connect with Ganesha, and she started feeling as in a motherly feelings which she had never experienced before. But when Ganesha came, she actually experienced that mother in her,
Oh, wow.
right?
Hmm.
And when she was experiencing that mother in her, that same energy was being radiated to Ganesha also, and Ganesha was so happy there that he forgot about Ma Parvati, that she is waiting for him to be back,
Okay.
so what happened? So I'm just cutting out the story to the short one. So what happened? So Ma Parvati asked Ganesha to come back, Now,
mm,
when this moment happened, so there were three parts to it. One was Ganesha, who was really enjoying there, feeling so special, feeling so blessed, feeling, the way we do Ganesha, Ganpati presence, So one way he was feeling very happy there, but the other way he started feeling bad about his mother, that I need to
Parvati.
go there, I
Mm,
need to go back.
mm,
But
mm,
one part of him was saying he don't want to go back.
mm,
One part of him was saying I want to go back. They are missing me and
mm,
I am also missing them. That thing was there.
mm, mm,
And on the other way, on the other side, the Radha, Ma Radha also started feeling that now when he will be going, she will feel empty. She is
mm,
going to feel that emptiness. And
mm,
that energy, when Ma Parvati felt, she felt
mm,
insecure that my kid is being with Radha is
mm,
forgetting me. Right? So
mm,
there was a small kind of conflict between Radha and Ma Parvati, and then Ganesha was confused what to do because he couldn't hurt either of the mothers because he
mm,
was receiving love from both of them. Then
mm,
he went to Krishna, he went to Shiva. What should I do? They said, you just see what your heart is saying, and I know with all the wisdom that you have, you are going to take the right decision. You are going to take the right course of action, and nobody will be going to get hurt. That's
mm,
how Ganesha said to Radha, that mother, oh divine mother, I have to go now, but I promise to you that I'll come back again.
mm, mm, mm.
That's the ritual. That is why we always say, Ganpati ji, you go and come back next year.
Okay. Beautiful.
Right?
Mm,
So that was the one part. And so he went there and things happened. But
mm,
he didn't went and he told Parvati Ma that I'll be back, but after some time when Radha Ma will accept this thing that I'll be going and I'll be coming back again. So Ma Parvati was okay for this particular thing. So he stayed for some more time till the time, the energy kept
mm,
changing and Ma Radha started getting attuned to it for him
mm,
going. She was okay now. She was within tears, but she was okay now. And then she herself said to Ganesha, I do understand that you have to go to your mother. So you
mm,
go, but I'll wait for
mm.
you. So that's how the ritual started of Ganesha going every year to their parents and coming back. So, but there is one important aspect of it is like when it was happening in the Dwapar Yuga, what was happening? Ganesha came by his own choice. Ganesha went back to Kailash with his own choice. But later, after that era, the era of Radha Krishna gone by almost after 120, 130 years. So what
Mm,
happened is like now there are people, Ganesha still come, right?
mm,
But when Ganesha used to come there, there was no Radha Ma. Because that energy, that unconditional love, and that frequency of love was not present in everyone. So Ganesha used to come by his
mm,
choice,
mm,
but Ganesha used to go by people's
mm,
choice. That is why all those things consolidated into,
mm,
maximum 11 days, slowly and gradually. You can keep Ganesha for maximum 11 days. After that, he had to go. And the story says he had to go to his parents, to the Lord Shiva and Ma Parvati, because at the end of the day, you have to go home. So that's how, from that
mm,
infinite time to
mm,
coming by choice and going by choice to
mm,
coming by choice is still there,
mm, mm,
because the date keeps shifting based on the Hindu calendar and the
mm,
seasons, right? When the
mm,
Ganesha is there, he eats a lot, he needs lot of pampering. That's why he keep
mm,
coming back. That's why he
mm,
kept coming back. Lots of love, lots of pampering, lots of sweets, which
mm,
Ma Parvati is like, okay,
mm.
limit, just like every mother do. Limited.
Yes.
But when you go to your, paternal or maternal house,
You'll be pampered
elders,
when you're not
yeah,
at
when you get
your
pampered,
daily
right?
abode. Yeah.
So, yes, so he used to get pampered and everything is there. So, what we are doing with Ganesha is, first we are bringing him home, then we are doing the pran pratishtha, right? That's what we do. We ignite, we evoke Ganesha's energy,
Hmm.
right? We evoke and ask for the blessings in all aspects of our life, for the new
Hmm.
beginnings and everything, right? So this year I also kept Ganesha. So everybody was asking me how you are going to do the Visarjan. I said I am not going to do the Visarjan. They were like, then why are you keeping Ganesha? Manika, because I am not keeping Ganesha. Ganesha had come to take care of
Hmm.
us. Ganesha had
Hmm.
come to bring new things to us. How can I take care of Ganesha? Ganesha is there to take care of us,
Hmm.
right? And he came by his choice because I had never kept Ganesha, but this time it was a calling, so he came.
Hmm.
Then there was a
Hmm.
story behind how Ganesha came to my house this time because there was nowhere in picture. But anyhow, Monica,
Hmm.
he came by his own choice, he will go by his own choice because I was
Hmm.
aware of that thing, right?
Hmm.
Why? Because now when we connect Shiva, right?
Hmm.
We connect Shiva with the destruction and the death,
Hmm.
right? Shiva is
Hmm.
connected to that. So now comes into the picture the Pitru Paksha part. Now why it is
Here,
after Ganesha?
yes,
Hmm,
yes, Ruchi. So here, I just like to bring out something.
hmm,
So we are all connected with different rituals, and I
hmm.
liked your perspective on this ritual. See, we
Hmm.
all do some things for a reason. So, with all respect to the other
Yes.
rituals, the way it
Hmm,
is being done, I
hmm,
honor the way it is coming for you, right?
hmm.
And in this conversation, the most beautiful thing that came to me as guidance is that wherever you are in life, whatever you do, wherever you go, far, near, it is very important to be connected to your roots. And one
Right.
must and one has to take care of his or her parents. That's the
Right.
thing that is coming to me, you
Hmm.
know. So
Right.
when you are connected with that roots, I think we ourselves don't know where life is going to take us. We'll expand
Exactly.
in ways in which we don't know also. So I
Right.
really like this perspective of yours. And yes, please carry on and
Hmm.
tell us why Pitru Paksh follows Ganpati.
Right. So as I was telling you that now Ganesha come by his own choice, but it's going that way. So what happened, what I have experienced is like when I was, from couple of years I was observing that what is happening. So it's just like the way the Ganesha thing was ending, the Visarjan and everything. So it came to me as in, with again, like you said, with due respect to all those rituals and everything.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
what happened? It's whatever I'm sharing. It's my understanding and it's my
Hmm.
what I had received in
Hmm.
terms of that understanding. So what was
Hmm.
happening? The way the Visarjan was happening. So it was like we all had seen Ram Mandir, where that idol after the Pran Pratishtha, how it illuminated, right?
Hmm.
How like,
Hmm.
and the same way, all these mandirs and every places are very high energy centers point.
Hmm.
So when we bring Ganpati, so this I experienced earlier. It was just a theoretical thing which I had received, but this time I experienced it at my house also, and everybody also.
Hmm.
So when we keep doing all those, the everyday aarti and
Hmm.
lots of
Hmm.
Ganesha thing,
Hmm.
the rituals,
Hmm.
when we were doing all those things,
Hmm.
so we actually saw Ganesha's energy in our life. Lots of new changes, new beginnings, a lot of things happen, right? So when all those things were happening and when people were asking me how you are going to do the Visarjan, then I was like, nothing. I am just going to, uh, immerse Ganesha in Gangajal, and I'll take him out and I'll just reconsecrate him again. Why? Because
Hmm.
the ritual of Visarjan was meant for reminding you that whomsoever has come has to go,
Hmm.
right? And
Another
whenever
beautiful
anyone
reminder.
is coming,
Hmm.
when he'll be going, he'll be coming back with the new form.
Hmm.
The lesson was
Yes.
that, which was linked
Hmm.
with the life and death,
Yes.
right? कि the biggest lesson that whomsoever has is going will be coming back. There is no
Hmm.
other way because life
Beautiful.
happens in a circle and in that infinite
Hmm.
loop of life and death. Right? The one thing was that. But the other thing was with Ganesha, there is no circle or cycle of life and death. He is the consciousness, and just like all of us, right? He is also a consciousness. He's always there, immortal,
Hmm. Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
In Dwapar Yug, how he was being sent, he nobody wants
Hmm.
to send him back
Hmm.
because everybody was so much enjoying the presence
Hmm.
of Ganesha. Nobody wants to send him back, and that's why there was a festival season for good months,
Hmm.
months.
Yeah, so to point out what you're trying to say is, maybe these days we are more focused on the rituals, and that love, that a sense why the ritual was being done in the
Right,
first place was
right,
is somewhere missing, right? So
right.
totally honoring what you're saying, Ruchi.
Mm,
Could you please explain? So why does Pitru Paksh follow Ganpati? What is the
right.
significance of that? Let's come to that.
So, so when we talk about Shiva consciousness, it brings about death, right? So after, in the Dwapar Yug, even after when Ganesha was gone and Ganesha was going there, even then everyone was
Hmm.
connected to Ganesha,
Hmm.
right? And they kept that energy of Ganesha alive, the festivity alive, being it was
Hmm.
in tears, but still
Hmm.
it was there. And the hope
Hmm.
of that he is going to come back again, that festivity continued,
Hmm.
right? But now, as I said, ki after Ganesha, the Pitru Paksha is coming. The Pitru Paksha is like Shiva is coming, the ending.
Hmm.
The ending, first, before the new beginning, ending is going to happen,
Hmm.
right? So, ending is happening, and people are now from that festivity, all of a sudden, there is a shift in that to that sadness and remembering the loved ones, the lost ones.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
after that, the Navratri came, again the festivity,
Hmm.
right? So this particular phase in between Navratri and Ganesh Chaturthi is why this sadness,
Hmm.
right? So now there are two perspectives or two ways to say it. Why?
Hmm.
Because the way Ganesha was being sent
Hmm.
with the energy, there are movies where they are saying never send Ganesha with tears in your eyes, just always send him with smile on your face because he is going to
Hmm.
come back. But when it comes to understanding this particular perspective in our life, that whosoever has gone,
Hmm.
send
Hmm.
them with a smile because they are going to come back.
Hmm.
That
Hmm.
essence is missing, and in the Pitru Paksh, that was the lesson which Visarjan was actually giving to you.
Hmm.
It got lost, and we again get immersed in not doing anything good in that Pitru
Hmm.
Paksha, not celebrating anything, and just remembering and feeling sad,
Hmm.
right? So what happened? That transition, the lessons was not learned from that Visarjan.
Hmm.
And that is why immediately after that, there is all the very gloomy environment in the family.
Hmm.
Now, why this gloomy environment? Because first, the Ganesha is gone, and we
Hmm.
got stuck in the ending that Ganesha came and
Hmm.
Ganesha is gone. Right?
Hmm.
That is why I was telling everyone that I am not going to send Ganesha. Why would I?
Hmm.
Right? And if he is happy here, I am happy keeping him at my
Hmm.
home. Right? I can continue that. And
Hmm.
if it is continued, the Ma Parvati and Shiva will also come to see
Hmm.
why our baby is not coming,
Hmm.
and he is feeling so happy there. So just before the day of Visarjan, which was today, so yesterday everyone experienced the presence of Ma Parvati and Shiva in the house, and I gave the invitation also this way. You are all most welcome for the Visarjan of Ganpati and reconfiguration of Ganesha in presence of Shiva and Ma Parvati. Right? And now Shiva and Ma Parvati are
Hmm.
what? Their parents.
Hmm.
Same way Pitru Paksha is linked with our ancestors and parents.
Hmm.
our parents' parents. So
Hmm.
at the end of the day, the context is same. So when
Hmm.
Ganesha is here and Shiva and
Hmm.
Ma Parvati also came here, that particular time period, that Pitru Paksh, is so powerful, so
Hmm.
energetic that you can
Hmm.
easily connect with your own ancestors also. Why? Just like when Ganesha keep staying there, like in Dwarka, Ma
Hmm.
Parvati and Shiva also came
Hmm.
to check on Ganesha. But
Hmm.
it is symbolic of, metaphorically, your ancestors will come down to look
Hmm.
at you,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? And then they stay and then they see you happy, then they see you how you are doing.
Hmm. Hmm.
The so they came here, they see everything, and they talk to Ganesha if he needs anything, if there is something they can help him out with. So that's again symbolically to our ancestors also come with that Ganesha
Hmm.
energy. Why? When we are into Ganesha's energy, we never
Hmm.
remember what's there,
Hmm.
right? But the
Hmm.
moment Ganesha is going, we remember them, but not
Hmm.
with that happy and festive heart. For
Hmm.
me, the Pitru Paksha is a biggest opportunity for you to connect with your ancestors.
Hmm.
And if there is something that
Hmm.
you need to do as the
Hmm.
part of their lineage, or
Hmm.
understand or receive the wisdom from them, you can do it very
Hmm.
easily in these particular days. But it can only happen with what energies you are entering into Pitru Paksh. Are you
Hmm.
entering into the Pitru Paksh with that ending part, with the Visarjan energy? Or you are
Hmm.
entering into it with the ending and the new beginning part into the Pitru
Hmm.
Paksh with the same
Hmm.
festivity, with the same energy. So
Hmm.
today what we did is, after the Visarjan, we did the ritual for the all the
Hmm.
divine beings, all the idols that I have in my home, in my mandir. So we did the same thing. We, Ganga ji, Ganga Jal. Why? Because in the human form, last ritual, as in the Hindu culture, it's
Hmm.
going into the Ganga ji,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? And then coming back. So going
Hmm.
to the Ganga ji is like surrendering to the Shivji, the
Hmm.
Shiva consciousness, and then coming back from the Shiva
Beautiful.
consciousness to the
Hmm.
physical world.
So, can you elaborate a little on this? That going into the Ganga is, surrendering to Shiva consciousness. I would
Right.
like you to
So
talk a
it
little more
is
on this.
it is just like, again, everything is symbolic, right? So Ganga ji is symbolic to that whatever karma you had, it's
Hmm.
or whatever you had absorbed, or whatever you
Hmm.
had throughout in your life. Now being into Ganga ji, it's like
Hmm.
you are dissolving and becoming
Hmm.
part of
The
everything,
universe,
the
everything.
universe,
Hmm. Hmm.
universe or everything. And with
Hmm.
Ganga ji, you are flowing now towards
Hmm.
where you are meant to,
Wow. Yes.
towards where you are meant to. So, doing that Visarjan in Gangaji, what we did, we kept
Hmm.
them, and then we actually, in a literal word, we asked them to take bath in Gangaji. Dubki lagate hai na. So,
Hmm.
do that dubki and come back right
See,
now.
our traditions, they hold, such beautiful, the essence is so beautiful. And I
Right.
completely, like, love this idea of surrendering to the universe and then
Mm.
restarting your life, from wherever we have stopped or surrendered.
Right.
Hmm.
And after that ritual, I cleaned my mandir, I decorated it once again, and I kept all the idols there. And then we did the same aarti again.
Hmm.
Right? This time, earlier it was there was a asan for Ganesha, which was on a height, so the
Hmm.
special appearance.
Hmm.
But later, there was no special asan for any of the
Hmm.
idol. It was
Hmm.
all placed in the same level.
Same.
Why? Again, it's becoming part of the universe at the same level. So
Hmm.
Ganesha came, he felt that thing, and
Yeah.
now, along with Shiv Parivar, Ram Darbar, Lord Krishna, Ma Durga, everyone, he is there. Energetically, he
Hmm.
became one with the divine real, right? But he didn't go from my life. In fact,
Hmm.
the way we were seeing them now, the entire mandir was glowing like anything, and everybody could notice that there is a different energy. Why?
Mm,
Because
mm,
after the ending with Gangaji, when you are coming, your soul is more empowered. The soul had learned their lessons, and now when the soul is coming back, it
mm.
is at a much more higher level.
Mm.
So that
Beautiful.
energy is there, and with that energy, we are entering into Pitru Paksha, which is empowering all of us to connect with our ancestors. And there is a ritual in Pitru Paksha that uh, feed the Brahmins or you donate something. So why these
Mm,
rituals? These rituals were made because it's like the lineage say if there are certain karmas that are still left, you are the one now present in this
mm,
now, so you do it on all of our behalf,
mm,
right? But now those rituals had become just the ritual, just feed the Brahmins and feed that. But the ancestors are there. If you connect with them, they will actually
mm,
tell you every ritual. People go to astrologers in this particular time way too prominently. And
mm,
their astrologers tell them, okay, do this upaya or do this upaya, do this donation, or then there are lots many things they tell about
mm,
copper, you donate copper, you donate silver, you wear this. So what are those rituals? So those rituals into the Pitru Paksha specifically are also astrologically, they know what the lineage is still carrying in the form of karma, which they are
mm,
telling you to clear out.
mm,
Right? So imagine if after Ganpati, if you keep that energy intact with that
mm,
empowerment, in level of consciousness, we human beings are here. ठीक है, so हमारे if the nearest known physical forms are our ancestors only. After that,
mm,
spirit guides and masters, or whatever you call them, the higher self or the divine realms, angels, archangels, they will come later. But in the physical, that's what we say, the soul is stuck.
mm,
The soul is stuck. So how the soul is stuck? Why? Because they keep communicating, they keep coming to you. After
mm,
you lost someone, you saw them in dream,
mm,
you feel their presence, and you feel like sometimes just going and
mm,
sitting and remembering them. So what is
mm.
happening? They are coming. But specifically at the Pitru Paksha, it is the universal energies, like they all are going to come downwards near the earth, near to you, so that you can listen to them.
So
Right?
here, yes, Ruchi, I'd
Mm,
like you to shift the gear a little bit.
mm,
And so we've talked a lot about energy and the soul consciousness also. So for people, to our audience who's listening to us, can you also give us a few practical tips which can be, for people who do not understand this energy world
right,
also, but
right.
what can be done every day to have that connect with your ancestors? This we all understand that
Hmm,
this time is meant to connect with our lineage, to our ancestors, and thank them for whatever they have done, and just connect with them in your own way. So how
right.
can a person who is not in this whole ambit of
Hmm.
energy do it? Just suggest a few
Hmm.
practical ways to connect.
The mine favorite is like when the Pitru Paksha is here, then sit with your family and talk about your loved ones, not remembering or talking about why they had gone, we missed them.
Hmm.
Instead, talk about the times which were very special to you,
So beautiful. I really love this idea. Yes,
right?
not in sadness, but
The happy moments.
as a feeling of pride that you're a part of this lineage. I think.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Right.
Hmm.
So when again the same thing is coming with that Ganesha energy empowering
Hmm.
you, you
Hmm.
are not talking about the ending, you are talking about the new beginning. And
Yes.
with that
Yes.
new beginning, we are going into the past, talking about the
Hmm.
happy moments and the happy memories, and
Hmm.
reminding them also
Hmm.
that what a beautiful
Yes.
life you had lived and what you have
Yes.
passed on to us as
Yes.
a as your blessing, as an asset,
Hmm.
or that's
Hmm.
what we are going to carry forward
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
bring forward to our generations,
Generations to come.
right?
Yes.
Right.
Hmm.
So that, see, it's very simple. When you talk about, what they had done in their life, how they had done in their life. So, what you are doing, which you have never done, observing them, how they lead their life, where you are going to
Hmm.
get the wisdom from them, how they
Hmm.
lead their life in the difficult times also, and how they were always
Yes.
smiling. Because if you see it, it's very prominent. The way our ancestors, our grandparents, our parents are leading their life, it was
Hmm.
so easy for them.
Hmm.
So I always used to say, you know, in the earlier time there were less facilities, but
Hmm.
life was happy and life was easy. Now, the
True.
more facilities we have, life has become difficult. Why? Because we don't know actually how to lead life, and that wisdom you can get from them by talking about their life, not about their death. So Pitru
Hmm.
Paksha is for me
Hmm.
basically recalling them,
Hmm.
evoking them, and rewinding in your mind with your family what a beautiful life they had lived. And while you are
Hmm.
talking about them, na, you won't
Hmm.
be you won't be believing, but you just try it. Every one of you just
Hmm.
try it. While you will be talking about them, lots of things get clicked in you where you are stuck in your life, because they are here
Hmm.
only, आपके आसपास हैं
Hmm.
वो. And
Hmm.
when you talk about their life, they are
Hmm.
also very much interested in passing on the wisdom. Why?
Hmm.
Because particularly in our generation, with our generation, we never get that time to sit with them and listen to their stories.
Hmm.
We were always busy. And
Hmm.
the same thing we are giving to our kids also. We
Hmm.
don't have time.
Hmm.
Kids don't have time. Majority of the time your phone is taking on.
Hmm.
So this Pitru Paksha, the very practical example, sit with your kids, sit with your family. If you have, bring out the old albums,
Hmm.
talk about them. Just remember your life when you were a kid, when you were in a teenage, when you
Hmm.
get married,
Hmm.
when your kids get born, or whatever
Hmm.
phase you have blessed to be with them,
Hmm.
and do it with your kids. And you
Beautiful.
are going to pass on the wisdom, because when you are going to talk about your own childhood, so there is a thing, there are people
Hmm.
who say we don't have a very good child, we didn't have a good childhood,
Hmm.
right? There are things
Hmm.
also like that.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
again, it's not like that you didn't have a good childhood. There were just few moments which made you stuck for not able
Hmm.
to see all the happy moments also.
Hmm.
So in this Pitru Paksha, if
Hmm.
you feel that there was nothing to talk
Hmm.
about or bring about, it's okay. Then talk about what didn't happen good with you, because that's going to bring you the healing now.
Hmm.
So either way, it's a win-win. If the negative things are coming, you are moving towards the healing, because your ancestors are here to
Hmm.
help you heal,
Hmm.
right? Because
Yes.
at that moment you were not able to see what they were
Hmm.
doing, but now as an adult you would be able to
Hmm.
see, because now you are going through their phases which they were at that time.
Hmm. Hmm.
So the understanding will be very easy, so it will bring the healing to you that way.
Hmm.
And if there were happy memories, then you are
Hmm.
going to bring that wisdom in your life, passing on to your generations, that how to lead and how to live your life feeling
Hmm.
abundant, because they were always abundant, whether there
Hmm.
were things, they had things or not, but they
Hmm.
all had a very open heart in giving. That's
Hmm.
why there was a big families at that time.
Hmm.
Right now
Hmm.
there are very small families, but even then they always have a crunch, even though having everything in their life.
So things were not equal to abundance in the earlier times
Right.
as we
If we
equate to them
compare,
now.
if we compare,
Yes, if we
if we
compare, right.
compare.
What else, Ruchi? Like when you said, sit with your family, which I found really beautiful, and talk
Hmm.
about your ancestors in a loving way, remembering what what happened and what did not happen also, which will, connect us with them and also heal the parts that needs to be healed through that conversation. Beautiful.
Right.
Anything
And
else
this healing
that
is very important. Why?
hmm,
Because those souls are stuck sometimes.
hmm,
Why?
hmm,
Because they were carrying that pain,
hmm,
and they want it's not only about we need the closure, they also
correct.
need the closure
Again, a very
sometimes.
deep insight. Yes. They also
Why
need
they
their
are stuck?
closures.
Right.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
if you are okay, can I share one of my story in that particular
Yes.
perspective?
Yes, please. Hmm.
Okay, so as everybody knows that I am a psychic medium and channel, so I can see and talk to the souls, right? So my dad passed away in December 2023. So when we were doing his last rituals in that cremation ground, so what happened? There was another being was being cremated at that time. So we
Hmm.
were there for good time, for good 2 hours in that
Hmm.
there. So what me, my sister, we both are like that. So what we experience is like the soul of that other person. She was a lady, which was just
Hmm.
being, gone through her last rituals. So she was standing there and she was in tears. So
Hmm.
I was talking to her, and what she was carrying was,
Hmm.
the rituals were done so fast.
Hmm.
Since that the day, the soul is going, nobody wants to keep for
Hmm.
your body
Hmm.
for so long. So then I was talking to that soul, and what was happening? She said she was literally in tears, and she was saying that I gave my entire life to them, and they just couldn't keep me for 24 hours. So
Hmm.
they didn't waited for his another son who was settled in
Hmm.
abroad, and they did
Hmm.
the rituals and
Hmm.
cremation. Right? Now the soul is carrying its part. Now
Hmm.
whether she was able to see or not, what is happening, whether that son is coming or
Hmm.
not, she don't know.
Hmm.
But she was
Hmm.
seeing there or
Hmm.
understanding there the pain she was carrying.
Hmm.
They didn't kept me for 24 hours.
Hmm. Hmm.
Right? So just like humans, they are just humans. That
Hmm.
soul also carry that pain. So
Hmm.
now when we talk about how the soul carry all these things,
Hmm.
so again, till the time you are in this dimension, till the time
Hmm.
you are here, you have left your body, but still you are
Hmm.
revolving here.
Hmm.
And then there are rituals of lots of giving away things so that उनकी आत्मा को मुक्ति मिल जाए, right?
Hmm.
Even then they are there because there is a particular time period after that the soul went to the
Hmm.
next stage,
Hmm.
right? So till that time, whatever that soul is seeing and observing,
Hmm.
it stays with that soul,
Hmm.
and it brings that. And that is why there are people who keep experiencing their ancestors, their
Hmm.
parents, kept coming in their
Hmm.
dreams, talking to them, sometimes very gloomy, sometimes very happy. So they feel it, the difference.
Hmm.
They kept coming into the dreams or they kept remembering. So it is not only about you remembering them, they also need that closure also. So that is why
Hmm.
if you do those things with that energy, so it's just the intention and the things. Being into this particular profession from very long, there are people who had lots of kinds of pain in their body,
Hmm.
right? Which there is no cure by the doctors. And when
Hmm.
we researched and studied about that, doing the past life regression and going deeper into their
Hmm.
unconscious memories, then at the time of death, during those rituals, the cells, the memories, the unconscious memories, they bring back in the present.
Hmm.
Right? Right. So, not going away from the topic, just to share that the soul is always there. Just don't look
Hmm.
at in the form of just the body,
Hmm.
right? So body is here or not, so you can say it from that form to the formless. That is the
Hmm.
transition of death,
Hmm.
and that formless is going to come back in another new form. Again, the Ganesha thing is there with the Pitru Paksh, but it can happen, it will happen
Hmm.
relating to the ritual that you are doing. If you
Hmm.
connect with them,
Hmm.
the way I said, and clear that thing, just not completing the ritual, but understanding why this ritual is being
Hmm.
advised
Hmm.
to you, then
Yes.
you will get to know what was still being unresolved.
Hmm.
Right? And that's how the entire lineage gets the fruits and the next generation are going to be more wise because that wisdom will be there from the past
mm,
experiences of our ancestors, the lives
mm.
they had gone through, and the wisdom that they want to pass on through to us in that Pitru Paksha time.
Yes, very beautiful. It really makes sense. And we could just go on listening to you, but I think looking at time,
Yes,
we will have to stop here today. And what I gathered from this conversation is, uh, in very simple terms, these 15 days are a beautiful time to connect with your ancestors, for both of you to be able to heal, for both of you to be able to carry forward what needs to be carried forward in your lineage, and show pride that you are a part of this lineage which makes you who you are today.
right.
So it was very beautiful, Ruchi. Thank you so much. And I'm sure all of us, in spite of our busyness, we will definitely take out time to sit with our parents, to sit with our loved one, to sit with our children, and just talk about, our times, their times, listening to them. And that conversation through all this in these days will bring around a healing and understanding that is required to be there amongst us.
Right. And adding to it is when we talk about healing, right?
Mm,
You know, lots many people do experience that. I'm not saying it's 100% is never there. Some experience that,
mm,
some don't experience that. But if
mm,
you have some regrets,
mm,
right, that you
mm,
could have done this thing, you
mm,
could have spent some time,
mm,
right? But now you
mm,
have those regrets. So let me give another a practical
mm,
example or implementable step to
mm,
it.
mm,
When you are doing that thing with your kids,
mm,
when you are spending time with your kids,
mm,
you are healing them also because they now
mm.
know that you understood what
Beautiful.
they couldn't make you understood and what they
Mm,
missed or
mm,
what you missed. But now,
mm,
with that understanding and spending time
mm,
with your kids,
mm,
that's what you are giving them, that spending time with your kids, at least, not
mm,
throughout the year, but these 15 days is going to
mm,
bring a very strong connect with your kids and with you and
mm,
with your family, which is
mm,
again right now in this now you are
mm,
the entire lineage because
mm.
genetically you
Right.
are carrying everyone within you,
Everyone with you. Beautiful.
right?
Very
And
nice.
genetically you are
Mm,
going to carry forward to the further
mm,
generation what you are going
mm,
to have in this now,
mm, mm,
right? So if you are carrying from the past some
mm,
regrets or something, dissolve
mm,
that in this now
mm,
because your lineage is going to live those moments, that life
mm,
through you in this
mm,
Pitru Paksha.
mm.
They can't touch you,
Beautiful.
you can't touch them,
Yes.
but to whom
Mm,
you can touch, to whom you can hug,
yes.
you are passing on to them that lesson that you have learned, that
Mm,
being
mm,
with them till the time,
mm,
none of us, right now, the life is so
mm,
unpredictable,
mm,
right? So at least we are passing it to the generation, the next
mm,
generation, that life is unpredictable.
mm,
Live it to the fullest, and especially with
mm,
those to whom you love.
mm,
You know what?
mm,
Because none of us know whether there is another tomorrow or not.
mm.
Right? So, in
True.
that moment, you will be there with them, feeling them,
Mm,
touching them, instead of then recalling them with sadness that, oh, I
mm,
wanted to say
mm,
it. Because there are lots
mm,
many people who come and then they want to say a lot of things to the people
mm,
who had gone. But when they are alive, they never thought of doing that.
mm,
So
mm.
that's again another lesson that Pitru Paksh taught us, that don't regret. Just the heart to heart conversation, do it right now.
Yes. Wow.
That's it.
Very beautiful. Thank you so much. I heartily
Thank you.
learned a lot from this conversation, and I'm sure that so did our viewers. So, thank you very much, Ruchi. More power to you. And we will be in a beautiful conversation sometime soon. Thank you. Thank you,
Yes.
everybody, for listening.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody.